What it means when you dream of the same person. Repeatedly, Carl Jung. Have you ever closed your eyes at night only to meet them again? The same face, the same presence. Maybe not exactly as they were in waking life. Maybe softer, maybe stranger, maybe more radiant or more broken than you remember. But unmistakably them. Again and again they arrive, not by logic, not by your will, but like a tide that knows no shore except yours. You wake with your heart heavy, or full, or confused. You wonder why them? Why now? Why again? You go about your day, shaking off the echo, but they return, again and again. And something inside you whispers, "This is not random. You are not imagining things. You are not obsessed. You are being shown something, and that something lives in the space where memory, spirit, and psyche blur." This is where Carl Jung enters, not as a rigid scholar, but as a mystic psychologist, a translator between dream and soul. Jung believed that dreams are not nonsense, not fragments of meaningless thought, but sacred messages from the self, from the unconscious that lives beneath our everyday masks. He spoke of the collective unconscious, a vast, ancient ocean within every human, filled with symbols, archetypes, and hidden truths we all inherit. And from that ocean, your dream rises. When you dream of the same person repeatedly, it's not just about them, it's about you. It's about a part of you calling for recognition, reconciliation, rebirth. And yet, it's not only about you. Jung would say this: synchronicity, that mysterious alignment of inner and outer worlds. Meaningful coincidence, the right symbol at the right time. Not chance, but message. So when a face returns in your dreams, again and again, ask not only, "What do I feel about them?" Ask also, "What does this dream want from me?" I remember a time in my life, a year of deep silence and strange loneliness, when the same person visited me every night in dreams. Someone I had loved long ago, someone who had drifted into the past. And yet in dream, they returned, not to repeat history, but to say something more ancient. In the dreams, they didn't speak with words. They would stand on a bridge, or walk through a forest, or sit beside me in a sunlit room. The setting changed, but the presence stayed. I began to write down these dreams. As Jung advised, I began to see symbols, the river, the sky turning gold, their eyes always looking through me, not at me. And then, something opened, a space inside me that had been waiting. It wasn't just about missing them. It was about meeting something deeper, myself, my unlived life, my shadow, my soul's calling, because dreams, especially recurring ones, are never static. They evolve, they deepen, they nudge. They're like riddles whispered by your soul. Are you listening yet? Are you ready now? Jung often spoke of the anima and the animus, inner representations of the divine, feminine, and masculine within each of us. So sometimes the person who visits you in dreams isn't just someone from your life. They're a mirror of your inner beloved, your lost sensitivity, your buried strength, your intuition, your courage. They are not only a person, they are an archetype. In dreaming of them, you are courting something sacred inside yourself, a part that's asking to be brought back to life. Have you neglected your heart? Have you betrayed your truth? Have you forgotten the path that once lit you from within? The dream comes to remind you. The person is a torchbearer, a symbol of what your soul longs to remember. But sometimes, the face you see is also the shadow, not darkness in the evil sense, but the rejected self, the pain you never processed, the fear you turned from, the vulnerability you locked away. Jung said, Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life, and you will call it fate. So perhaps they return because you need to face something, not to be punished, but to be made whole. Wholeness is the aim of your dreams, not comfort, not nostalgia, wholeness. And the psyche, wise as the moon, knows how to choose the right face, the right symbol to awaken you. Maybe the dreams make you weep when you wake. Maybe they leave you with a feeling you can't explain, like something is about to change, or already has. That's the dream's language: emotion, symbol, sensation, not analysis, not answers. You don't need to solve the dream. You need to receive it, to feel it, to let it speak through the silence it leaves behind. And now listen closely. There are signs, patterns, that these dreams are not ordinary, that they are soul messages, not mental noise. You may not know exactly why they come, but you will feel the tremor in your spirit. In part 2, we'll explore the signs, the 8 to 10 soul clues, that the person in your dreams is more than memory. They may be your shadow. They may be your guide. They may be your unfinished song. But one thing is certain: they are here for a reason. And that reason lives in you. You sense it now, don't you? There's a feeling beneath these dreams, like a current you can't see but that pulls you all the same. A quiet knowing that this isn't just your mind revisiting the past. It's your psyche, your soul, your sacred longing, crafting a story through night visions. And as Jung taught, dreams speak in symbolic language. They come not to explain, but to reveal. Not to tell you what you already know, but to open what you've been afraid to feel. So let's go deeper now, beneath the surface, into the 10 signs, the dream patterns and emotional clues that point to something more. 1. A persistent emotional undertone that lingers beyond waking. You don't just see this person in the dream, you feel them, vividly, deeply. The feeling lingers like incense in a silent room. Longing, sorrow, love, regret, awe. This is not just nostalgia, it is your soul's echo. Jung would call this an activation of the unconscious. Your emotional body is being stirred by something deeper than thought. This person symbolizes a living pattern within you, unresolved, radiant, alive. 2. The setting of the dream is symbolic or shifting. Look closely at where the dream takes place. A forest, a childhood home, a crumbling city, a church, the ocean. These are not random backdrops. They are metaphors. Jung taught us that the setting is often the psychic landscape. So if they meet you in a storm, ask, where is the chaos in me? If they are across a bridge, ask, what am I being asked to cross over into? The soul uses place, the way a poet uses silence for meaning. 3. A feeling that something is unfinished between you. There is often an ache of incompletion, a conversation cut short, a goodbye never spoken, or a knowing in the dream that there is more to say, more to do. This points to inner integration work. Jung believed we dream of the unlived life, the road not taken, the words not spoken, the version of ourselves we left behind. The dream isn't just about them. It's about what part of you was left behind when they left. 4. You feel a mysterious sense of guidance or awakening. Even if the dream is strange or painful, it feels sacred. Something is guiding you, teaching you, unfolding you. This is the archetype at work. This person may be appearing not as themselves, but as the teacher, the lover, the inner guide. When you dream of them, you are being led, not backward into the past, but inward, into yourself. 5. The dream themes are repetitive but slowly evolving. Pay attention to the pattern of the dreams. Are they always chasing you? Are you always losing them? Are you always searching? This is your inner narrative, looping, trying to break through. And often, when you begin to listen, the dreams shift. They evolve. The person starts to speak, or disappear, or offer something. That's how you know it's working. The unconscious is moving. The psyche is healing itself through the dream. 6. You begin to see their face or name in waking life. This is the realm of synchronicity. You see their birthday on a clock, their name in a book. A song that was yours plays at the perfect moment. This is not obsession, it's alignment. Jung describes synchronicity as an acausal connecting principle, a meaningful coincidence that links your inner state with outer events. The more symbolic the dream, the more symbolic the world becomes. Your inner reality begins to ripple into the visible one. 7. The dream brings up a younger version of you. Do you feel like a child again in the dream? Or do they appear younger? Or the setting feels like it's from your past? This is inner child work, embedded in imagery. The psyche is guiding you back, not to relive pain, but to reclaim innocence, to retrieve the parts of you that froze at the moment of heartbreak, abandonment, or fear. This person may represent the key to a locked room in your memory. 8. There's a magnetic pull, a feeling of, this is more than just me. It's hard to explain, but you feel deep down that the connection is not just psychological. It feels spiritual, cosmic, larger than your understanding. This is the archetypal dimension. They may be a symbol of the anima or animus, the divine feminine or masculine in your soul. You aren't just dreaming of them. You are dreaming of your own becoming. 9. You wake up changed. You wake up with a decision, or a tear, or a vision. You feel softer, or more open, or more unsettled, in a way that invites inquiry, not fear. This is integration, the unconscious offering not just information, but a transformation. You are being initiated into something more sacred than logic, self-awareness, soul evolution. 10. The dream asks you to forgive or to let go. Maybe they hurt you, or maybe you hurt them. But in the dream, you find yourself reaching for peace, even if just in silence. Even if you don't say the words, the energy shifts. This is not about excusing harm. It's about releasing the binding, so your soul can move, so your heart can soften, so you can be free to love again, even if it's just yourself you're returning to. Forgiveness in dreams is a sign the soul is ready to move forward. And if even just one of these signs feels familiar, then know this: your soul is speaking, and it is choosing this person again and again because they are a doorway, not the destination, but the symbol. And what waits on the other side of that doorway is you. You're still with me. That means something. It means you're ready to look not just at the dream, but into it, to face the mirror it holds up. Because here's a sacred truth. Every person you dream of, especially the ones who return night after night, is not just who they are in waking life. They are also you, a facet, a fragment, a forgotten or unclaimed part of the soul, a symbol of the inner landscape you've barely begun to walk. Carl Jung called this the process of individuation, the unfolding of the whole self from the unconscious. And in this process, the people in our dreams are not random. They are reflecting something you are ready or afraid to meet within yourself. So now ask yourself gently, who is this person really in my dream? Not just who they were in life, but who they are as a symbol. What qualities do they carry? What emotions do they evoke? How do they make you feel? And how might that feeling point to an inner truth you've buried? Jung said that we each carry within us both the anima and the animus, the inner feminine and masculine, regardless of our gender. The anima may appear as a nurturing woman, a mysterious guide, or a lover you ache for. She is intuition, emotion, sensuality, spirit. The animus may appear as a wise man, a distant authority, a powerful protector, or a critical voice. He is logic, action, courage, and clarity. So when this person shows up in your dream, they may be carrying your unlived inner self, the tenderness you were never allowed to express, the strength you gave away to please others, the mystery you stopped believing in. And the more intense the dream, the more emotionally charged, the more likely it is that you are encountering an archetype. Let me offer you a story, a symbolic one. A woman dreams of a man she once loved. In waking life, the relationship was brief, uneven. But in the dream, he is radiant, calm, loving. He stands at the edge of a lake and beckons her in. Every time she dreams of him, she wakes up aching. Not just for him, but for something she cannot name. What she is really yearning for is not reunion, but reintegration. He is the animus, her inner masculine, inviting her to reclaim her clarity, her truth, her boundaries. She has spent years pleasing, dissolving, shrinking. But now, the soul sends her a dream. Rise, return to yourself, reclaim what is yours. And so she does. Not overnight, but piece by piece, through shadow work, through stillness, through tears, through art, through joy. The dream did not bring him back. It brought her back. This is the gift of the recurring dream. Not a promise to restore the past, but a call to restore you. So let's ask deeper questions now. Not, why do I miss them? But what in me do they represent that I have abandoned? Not, why can't I forget them? But what soul lesson have I not yet learned from our connection? Because here's the paradox. Sometimes the person in your dream is not the person at all. They are a container, a shape, a sacred vessel through which your unconscious pours meaning. Jung also taught that the shadow, the parts of us we reject or fear, often takes the face of someone else in our dreams. So maybe this person who keeps appearing isn't your inner guide. Maybe they are your shadow. That doesn't mean they are evil. It means they are unseen. They carry your guilt, your rage, your tenderness, your desire. All the things you've pushed down, now rising up, wearing a familiar face. And when you run from them in the dream, you are running from a part of yourself. When you reach for them, perhaps you are reaching for forgiveness. What if the dream is asking you to stop running, to sit, to listen, to feel? Here's something else to consider. Dreams come not to give us what we want, but what we need. So if this person keeps appearing, they are part of your medicine, your inner ritual, the soul's subtle surgery. And whether the dream brings love or fear, beauty or grief, it brings it for the sake of healing, for the sake of returning you to your wholeness. And that healing can look like remembering, or releasing, or simply recognizing, this is the part of me that still longs. This is the part of me that still waits. That recognition is enough to change you, to make space in the psyche for new growth, new love, new freedom. Let's make this real. Here are 3 reflective questions, sacred invitations you can carry with you tonight. 1. What qualities does this person carry that I might need to integrate within myself? Are they bold when you are timid? Are they free when you feel trapped? Maybe they are an invitation to become more whole. 2. What emotion do they awaken in me that I have avoided in waking life. Love, rage, grief, sensuality, joy. That emotion is not a mistake, it's a compass. 3. What would I say to them in the dream if I had no fear? Write it down, speak it aloud. The soul listens, because whether they were a twin flame, a lost love, or simply someone who brushed the edges of your becoming, they now serve a higher purpose. They are the gatekeeper of your inner truth. And until you've met that truth, held it, wept with it, danced with it, they may keep returning, not to haunt, but to help. And maybe one day you will dream of them one last time. And in that dream, they will smile and walk away. And you will wake up not aching, but free. Because the real reunion was never with them. It was always with yourself. So now here you are. You've walked through memory, through symbol, through shadow. You've stood at the edge of your unconscious and listened to the voice that only speaks when the world is quiet. And you know, even if the mind doesn't know how, that this person who keeps appearing in your dreams is not simply someone you miss. They are someone your soul is using to awaken you, to mirror you, to reunite you with the parts of yourself that were left behind in the fire of love or the silence of loss. Jung believed that healing doesn't come from forgetting. It comes from integration, bringing the unconscious to light, making what was symbolic into something sacred and real. So what now? What do you do with the dream that keeps returning? You honor it, you listen to it, you work with it, not to control or analyze, but to receive. Let's talk about that now. Let's talk about how to move with this energy, how to bring it into your life with grace and reverence, and how to protect your heart even as you open it. Here are 10 spiritual practices and inner rituals for working with recurring dreams, especially dreams of the same person. Each one is a doorway back to yourself. 1. Create a sacred dream journal. Not just a place to jot down facts, but a sacred space. Keep it beside your bed. When you wake, write down the emotion first, the setting, the symbols, the feeling in your body. Over time, patterns will emerge, not of plot, but of soul movement. This is your unconscious speaking, your truth made visible. 2. Name the archetype, not just the person. Who do they represent in you? Are they the guide, the wounded child, the forbidden lover, the liberator? Naming the archetype shifts the focus from them to the inner work they symbolize. It reminds you that this dream is about your wholeness, not your history. 3. Write a letter you'll never send. Speak the words your soul needs to say. Uncensored, honest, tender, angry, grieving, loving. Then burn it or keep it sacred. This isn't for them, it's for you to release what you've carried in silence. 4. Create an integration altar. Place objects that symbolize the dream on a small altar. A stone, a feather, a candle, an old photograph, a word on paper. This turns the dream into a living ritual. A reminder that your unconscious is guiding you, that the sacred is already here. 5. Protect your energy before sleep. If the dream becomes draining, obsessive, or painful, protect yourself. Light a candle, speak a boundary, say aloud, "Only what serves my healing may enter my dreams tonight." The unconscious listens. You have the right to rest. 6. Visualize closure, even if you didn't get it in life. In waking meditation, imagine the two of you meeting. See yourself saying what you need to say. See yourself forgiving, not forgetting, but freeing. See them walking away. See yourself turning inward and blooming. What couldn't happen in life can still happen in the soul. 7. Look at your life. What is this dream asking you to change? Are you suppressing a desire? Avoiding a decision? Living small? The dream may be pushing you to reclaim your power, your sensuality, your truth, to love again, to feel again, to speak again. Sometimes, the face that visits you is the face of your next chapter, waiting. 8. Share the dream with someone safe. Find someone who can hold your truth without needing to fix it. Speak it aloud. Let it echo into the space between you. Speaking a dream gives it breath. It helps you release the loneliness of carrying a mystery alone. 9. Accept that you may never know the full why, and that's okay. The soul doesn't work on answers. It works on transformation, on truth, on timing. You may never know why they returned, but you will know who you became because they did. That's the real magic. Not certainty, but becoming. 10. Let the dream teach you how to love yourself again. This is perhaps the deepest truth, because in the end, the dream isn't about getting them back. It's about getting you back. The dream is reminding you, you are worthy of love, sacred love, real love, self-love. You are allowed to feel deeply. You are allowed to remember, and you are allowed to move on with tenderness, not hardness. Carl Jung wrote, "Your vision will become clear only when you look into your heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes." You have been dreaming of someone over and over, but now you are awakening to yourself. You are not broken. You are in process. You are not haunted. You are being summoned. Summoned by your soul to return to what you left behind, not to repeat the past, but to reclaim the future only you can create. So now, close your eyes, place your hand over your heart, and whisper to that younger, wiser, dreaming part of you, "I hear you, I see you, I trust you." Let the dream become a bridge, not to them, but to your own sacred becoming. And when they visit again, if they do, welcome them with awareness, not as a ghost, but as a guide. Then watch who you become when you no longer need them to stay. Thank you for walking this journey. This dream was never just about the other person. It was always about you. Remembering yourself. Your soul is wise. Your timing is perfect. And your healing has already begun.